guys. Ooh, right, we're live. Shh, no, you can't. Oh, it's mine. It's mine. That's right, it's mine. Yeah, sorry. Now look at the camera. Right, it's a bit low. Let's get a bit higher. Hi, guys. Happy Easter. What's the time? It's 11 minutes past 12 p.m. in UK. So this is Tino here. Tino is 3. Get Tino, have a look. I'll give it a quick wave. They're both addicted to their phones, but we have been out all morning playing. So I've said to them, because they've been playing, they can have a little go on their phones. Right, and then Yasmin is 7. Give us a little wave. And yes, they're both on their phones. And we've been trying to teach Tino to ride his bike. Anyway, so just happy Easter to everyone. Whoever your God is, whatever your religion is, whether you're religious or not, enjoy your Easter holidays. So I'm going to talk about videos. So, right, Yasmin, Mum wants you. Mummy's calling because we're going out today. We're going to the. We're all off to the beach. Yeah. So I wanted to do. Let's have a look. Today I'm going to go to GTA 5. Right, let's just turn this off. I wanted to talk about today's video. So I found a very rare, I think, rare video interview in Memphis before Elvis passed away. So I think probably early 70s of Vernon Presley, who looks very well, and he sat in the trophy room, and the interviewer, I don't know who it is asking some great questions on when Elvis first told him that he wanted to be an entertainer. And it's very well known that in an Elvis interview that when Elvis told Vernon told Elvis, I've never heard an entertainer that was worth a damn. Excuse my French. So Vernon in this interview, sun in my face at the moment, but let's see if we can tell me about the sun. No, that's made it worse. Let's go this way. Dunno. It's not going to be good no matter what we do. Anyway, so Vernon sort of did try and advise him because Elvis was very interested in becoming a gospel singer, maybe being part of a quartet, because he was that was the music that he truly loved at the time. And then he's asked about, when he released this first record with Sun Studios, and obviously that was a massive phenomenon in the town of Memphis, and we all know the rest of the history. So the point is that I like this interview because Vernon is just trying to give his take on what happened, why he got famous, when he got famous, and then the sort of adoration and attention. Oh, it's run out of charge now. It doesn't matter. Mum wants to get you dressed now. So yeah, no, this is Dad. So basically, once Elvis was showered with this phenomenal attention, and then he started going around to his gigs, doing his live gigs, driving around. All right, then it's all right. You just play with your toys if you want. And these concerts and live performances were besieged with tens of thousands of fans and people that had heard about Elvis, and he was basically mobbed wherever he went. He talks about that, and then he talks about just the successes. I can't remember the exact figures he said, but did he say 56 gold awards, golden albums? I can't remember. And he just very proudly talks about Elvis. And you know what? When I watched that interview, I just see someone who is very relaxed, very chilled, is enjoying the life with Elvis, because obviously behind the scenes, Vernon did a lot. He did a lot of his bookkeeping and helping running the business and with the payrolls and the staff. So he was just very heavily involved in helping Elvis, with the fan clubs and responding to letters and loads of things that none of us knew that Vernon was doing. So I just really like that interview, and he's a very handsome man, and he's speaking from the heart. It's just very genuine. So then the other one I found, I think, rare. I always say they're rare, but that's because I never see them. I struggle finding these interviews. I think, let's have a look. Let me just go to that one I did this morning. So it's called, let's find it. It's Priscilla Presley. I'm guessing in the early 90s. And I've called it Priscilla Presley, Rare Interview on Lisa Marie Presley. And the reason this interview stood out to me, first, I've never seen her looking the way she looked in that interview. She's got her hair just here and it's blonde. And I'm not sure of her age in that interview, which again made me want to listen to it. So when I started listening to it, the very first bit that I watched on that interview was her saying that she had been appointed executor to the Graceland estate. And she also says that she doesn't think really anyone else could have done it and that it really did need doing because there were serious financial problems. And I like the questions that are being asked in this interview to do with the running of Graceland and her involvement with the running of Graceland. It's really the first proper interview I've seen where she goes into it quite in depth. And you can see that she's very proud that she's doing it. But I also say this, that her body language, I don't know, just comes across a bit cold and hard. And I think, I don't know why, sometimes she just comes across like that. Because I think if you catch Priscilla Presley at the right moment, she can also come across very caring and loving and really interesting. So I think the way she looks, I don't know, it just doesn't come across great. And you'll see what I mean when you watch it. So then she goes on to talk about Lisa Marie Presley and that the press interfere in the way that people get the wrong idea about the kind of friendship that Lisa Marie had with her mother, and they just blow things up and exaggerate and twist the truth, and that is a problem for Priscilla. But she says they got on very well, but they have the usual ups and downs that you would expect from a girl going into her teenage years. And yes, it was difficult and they had to get through stuff, but it just made them stronger. And she basically says they're fine. So this is obviously probably in the 90s. So I actually do believe that Priscilla and Lisa Marie for a long time actually got on very well. I know that Scientology had a bit of an impact, good and bad. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not comfortable with Scientology. And I don't like the fact that Lisa Marie really was, from a young age, really without any choice, became part of Scientology with Priscilla Presley because of Priscilla's decision to join Scientology. And this might have been helped by John Travolta. I don't know that. I just think that. So I will say this. I think in the early years, I think Lisa Marie did like Scientology. And I think that when Lisa Marie Presley was going through her teenage years and was going off the rails a bit because she was very rebellious, never liked being told what to do. And I do think that in interviews I've seen that Scientology would step in with Priscilla's permission and try and straighten Lisa Marie out through these rough patches. So don't forget, we all know that at 25, Lisa Marie Presley allowed Priscilla Presley to carry on being the boss in charge of the Graceland estates. So I think through that period, they probably did get on well and and I think Lisa probably did trust Priscilla during that period. Now, as things went on, I know a lot of things changed. Many things changed. I think Lisa Marie probably was unhappy with many decisions being made. This is once Lisa Marie became older and she had her twins and she had Ben. And I do think then there were problems. And, so, way down the road, unfortunately, when Ben passed, then that just took a horrible turn. And that seriously affected her with her mental health and with health issues and with her weight problems and the pills she would take. And it just all went so wrong towards the end. And I really do think that many fans are so upset with the last few years of Priscilla and Lisa, and even more when Lisa passed, the decisions made by Priscilla to try and really have legal problems, financial arguments with Lisa Marie's will, with the twins. So it just all went pear-shaped. So this interview, I think, because it's quite a rare one, I think it's very interesting to watch and to just sort of get a different perspective on their friendship, mother-daughter, through the 90s or late 80s, probably 90s. It could even be early millennium. I don't really know. You tell me, guys, because it doesn't have a year when this interview was done. And then, so I've now got a different interview video that I'm going to do probably tomorrow. It's a couple of minutes long, and it's Lisa Marie Presley before Ben had passed away. And the twins are very young. They're like, 4, 5, 6 sort of age. And she's talking about Ben's aspirations to be a singer. She talks about Riley Keough has decided at a young age that she wanted to have her own income, so started modeling, which that then led on to her deciding that she would like to be an actress and in her own right. And one of the films that she made was called The Good Doctor, which I've looked at the reviews on that film, The Good Doctor, and it's a really good film. So it's with Riley Keough, and there's a guy that plays the Doctor. I watched quite a few clips of it, and I thought it's quite good, and Riley was very good in it. And then I think Lisa Marie, in that video I'm going to make tomorrow, or maybe later today, does say that she didn't want Riley Keough just to be one of these sort of corny, cheesy actresses. She wanted her to be an actress of substance, and she showed her some films and actually took her to some films. Let me just try and think what that film's called. Let me just find it here. Is it let me just get to that part of the interview. So she took her to there's a film that was out at the time. Let me just see what it's called.
The actress, I took her to see, I said, I want you to watch a real actress. I want you to see someone who's really doing this for the craft, not doing it because they're really pretty and really skinny and they live in LA, but because they're really in there. And I took her to see Monster with Charlize.
She took her to see the film Monster
with Charlize Theron.
With Charlize Theron. I'm not very well at saying her name, and I think to show her that, because it was a beautiful woman, Charlie. I can't say her name properly, so let's listen.
Because they're really in there. And I took her to see Monster with Charlize Theron. Cut to, anyway, now she's in Africa shooting with her on Mad Max. I was just
saying, so she was trying to show her, look, if you want to be a real actress, forget looks, be real. And she took her to see that film Monster. And I think that was actually great advice from Lisa Marie. Really good advice. Yeah. Incredible. And then I think from that, she went on to do the film The Good Doctor. And then she mentions Mad Max. And Riley Keough was in that. I've never watched the new Mad Max, but isn't that where she met her husband, the father of her? Isn't her child adopted? I'm not sure. And isn't he the reason that she wants to live or does live in Australia? These are questions you can answer for me, because I don't know 100%. So it had her deciding to be an actress had a massive effect on her life, because it would end up in deciding who the her husband would be and who her first child would be. So, and then she goes on, she's talking about the twins and how they love watching his films and love singing to his films. And they're really proud that their grandfather is their grandfather. So it goes. It's a really good little interview, and I'm going to break that down into small segments and comment on it as I go through it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So as usual, I like to go to my comments. So I'm going back to my channel. I've had some really good comments from all around the world, and I thought I'd just click on a few. Let's have a look. So I've got quite a few of you saying Happy Easter. So Happy Easter, guys. If the kids come down and start being noisy, I'm going to have to go. So we'll just see how that goes. It's funny, I get quite a few comments saying that Elvis faked his death and he's still alive. So do any of you think that? I definitely don't. Obviously, I get a lot of comments, people not wanting Priscilla to be buried next to Elvis. So let's keep looking. Jeffrey Pullen, taking care of business, TCP. Hello, Jeffrey. So, right, let me just keep looking. So, Antoinette, Elvis at one point got tired of being Elvis Presley. I truly believe he was ready to go home. He missed his mother. He was heartbroken. His body had had enough. He was only here for his fans, and we love him for that. Well said. I agree with that, actually. And we all know that Elvis's priority was his fans. It was. Right, let's have a look. Elvis didn't want the money. He would give to charities and help people who had nothing. He loved singing, and then it says they loved the beautiful pictures. That was Pamela Tipson. Let's have a look. Let's go back to some more comments. There's many of you saying Happy Easter. Thank you. Here's one. So from Poussin, Poussin, who I get regular comments from, and he's quite strong opinionated. The fact that Elvis needs an inhaler. So I, in my video, said, oh, is that an inhaler he's got? What is it for? So it says the fact that Elvis needs an inhaler for his asthma doesn't seem to bother anyone, and even less Vernon. So I think he's commenting on the people in the background in the video, of the video that I did yesterday called Behind the Scenes 1970s. So, right, another era. Poor Elvis, who was sick like no one else, destroyed himself by dint of forced labor, but I do agree he overworked, to provide for the material needs of all those more or less dubious people who lavishly, thanks to his notoriety and his dollars. Priscilla Buelow, rest in peace, man. You deserve it so much. You are love. He puts the last word there that I can't even read, but thanks, mate. Right, people here, but I'm going to have to go now. Anyway, I could go on with all these comments. The family's all coming in now, I think. A few people giving me the information of that documentary. It was 1972. Elvis on tour. Yeah, many people have watched it hundreds of times. And I just love that footage. I love the way he had that red jumpsuit on and his iconic glasses on as well. Another one is, I believe Richmond was taken during the filming of Elvis on tour. This was Richmond. I'm not sure what that means. Let's keep going. So I've got a few more minutes. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think he was much worse than what she made out him to be. He was a kind man, but drugs made him evil. Pretty strong point there. She says they made amazing. She says they had amazing times, but she has to acknowledge his often poor treatment of her in order to be a healthy, stable person. We all love Elvis, but it's okay for her to address the issues. I see that. Priscilla definitely suffered as well. Yeah, they both had a very complex relationship with many difficulties. I completely accept that. Priscilla probably was very happy and carefree in these clips. But when her marriage progressed and things changed, she changed as a person, and so did Elvis. And I definitely agree with that. That's from Julie. And I do think them arguing caused a lot of problems. So, oops. All right, let's have a look. All right, then that's it, guys. I'm going to go. Take care. Happy Easter, everyone.